So this is what I have to put up with all the time. Here's Mark, and here's what he's doing. Photographing this Saab, which is a very nice, very good condition Saab.
Oh, it's a lovely condition Saab, and I love, I always think Saabs I relate actually quite strongly to America, and I always get the feeling they had a really good image in America. It's always been a car that was had a kind of sort of intelligent air about it and attracted the architects.
I was going to say Saabs were always
professionals' car.
Saabs were always a car. Were always a car for an architect, weren't they?
And it's just
such a shame what's happening, isn't it?
Because it was just such a cool car.
And they've lost all of their kind of idiosyncratic,
the things you could do with Saab. But it's just, Saab did not need to be where it is, and the people who have run it have failed.
Yeah, completely.
To be custodians of a brand. I think if people cannot be custodians of a brand, they should find people that can, or give the brand away, or sell the brand.
Well, that's what GM are now talking about doing, but it's in the current market who's actually going to buy it.
Well,
what are they going to do?
If GM mothballs the Saab brand,
well,
I think that would be a great shame.
I think there's an argument to say that actually it is already mothballed. The biggest issue with Saab is actually the fact that GM haven't actually invested in the product lineup for 10 years,
Yeah,
the 9.5 is the old.
The 9.3 was the 900.
9.3 is basically based on a Vectra.
Yeah, and quite closely based on a Vectra, isn't it?
And the 9.5 is the oldest car on sale in terms of design in the UK today. It's something like 11 years old. That just simply doesn't cut it.
Yeah. But it's got a really cool nose now.
Oh God, which makes it look like bloody
Darth Vader.
No, it's not Darth Vader. It's
Darth Vader.
Bloody Dame Edna. Dame Edna.
When Darth Vader met Dame Edna, the Saab 9.5 facelift.
The question with Saab is, have GM actually underinvested for so long? Haven't really done anything with Saab for 10 years, that it's now knackered, it's now unsellable, and now you couldn't even give it away to someone because no one's got any money, and it would literally take so much investment that they've
just not a time that anybody's willing to invest.
Right off.
There's not going to be any investment for a couple of years, is there? That's a good spot there, Joe. Straight ahead there.
What?
Why not go there? But try not to drive into the Chevy Malibu. Sorry, Joe is actually worse than me in a supermarket car park in terms of lurching from space to space. I get a lot of grief at home about my inability to choose the space of the car park.
It's perfectly parked. Way in the bay, not.
So any final comments on that before we go into the kind of San Francisco bit of
just generally
version of Dearborn supermarket?
That it's a real shame, and that I think that brands actually are important, and brands have a great value, and someone, or it's not someone, but the people in charge of Saab fundamentally didn't understand the value of the brand, or the people at the top of GM.
Well, I suspect it's not the people that were in charge of Saab. I suspect they did, but I suspect it was the people that the bosses didn't. The people who controlled the money.
Management, disagreement or uncertainty in terms of what to do with it, and that in Saab's case, that's just resulted in them doing nothing.
Yeah.
And perhaps it's a sort of lesson in the worst thing you can do in any situation, even when things are bad, is to do nothing.
Yeah.
Do something, even if it's a mistake.
And on that, Joseph Simpson, thank you very much.